idea. And the other is read. Read is also very important, because not only because you develop these skills, because when you read, you can understand many things. You recognize the grammar, but also you understand vocabulary that you don't know, and you can understand the meaning in a context. And this is amazing, because you don't stay with the translate, oh, what is this? No, it's better when you understand what is the meaning. Knowing your language is better when you understand the meaning in a context, and you know in what cases you can use this. Well, the next one question is, what do you consider are the most important elements to success in the second language learning? Well, I remember for me is the most important element is to motivate the students. Because if your students are motivated, they can develop whatever thing, they can do whatever thing, and you can see how they develop their skills in our case in English. I think the technology is important for develop, because you can be in a real context without to be in another country. You can develop these skills because for me, I love Colombia and I think it's not good to go other country really, because our culture, like a Latin American culture, is too different like the culture of other countries. We are very close with our family, with the people, with the students, with the teacher, with the people who is around you. And here the people is not important many things. Here the people think to work, money, and no more. And I think the Colombian people is very happy, because they feel they are helpful to the other people. They like help to the other people, and are very friendly. And well, this is another topic. However, I think if we don't have the possibility for go other country, it's better to use the technology, because you can be in a real context with other people for speak in our case Spanish. But also the technology, I like the technology because you can find information about the things that you like, and you can read, you can speak, you can listen, the things that is interesting for you. But if the possibility is that you don't have technology, I think the library is good idea for go and read some books in English. What other thing can I tell you? The movies can be good also if you don't have a technology. And maybe develop dynamic activities in a real context, like a conversation, but not a conversation like I write, hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you, and you? It's like a surprise conversation where the people need to think in English. For example, in this moment, I didn't write nothing about the answer, about my answer, the answer question. The answer about the question that I read, because for me I prefer talk and think in English and talk in English, and not read and I start and not write and I start to read. The culture is important because blah 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 blah. No, it's important if the people talk in a real context, but like a fresh, nothing. I write this, I need to memorize, no, is like a phrase, like a develop this skill, the real skills, but no like a memorizing. Is like a fluent English with you thing or well, many things. I have two questions. My first question is, what do you do for motivate your students? And it is important to learn another language, and why? The first is, what do you do for motivate your students? Well, it's a good, for me it's a good question, because many people don't like English or math or and other things, but I think the teacher has a responsibility for motivate the student, for motivate the students to receive this class, to understand this class, and for do maybe for research in your house. So I think in my case I motivate like with the social networks, because now many things is in English, in Facebook, in Instagram or something, and I try to, and now every children, yeah, and child loves to use the technology, and for me has been perfect, because for me the technology has improved for develop skills in English, and for help the people to love other things. So I try to use all the time technology, because it's different. It's not like a theoretical class. The verb to be is that, the meaning is that, you use blah blah blah. No, it's more than do this. Also, if maybe this is like a high school, but when I worked like with elementary school and with preschool, I used things like families or relations. I try to relate I forget the topic with something that they like. For example, when I teach verb to be, I try to relate verb to be with the family. Like is a verb to be, but has a family like I. She is a verb to is a verb to be, but has a family, she, he, it. This is a family. Like are is a verb to be, but he has a family, like they, we, you, they. And I try to relation this kind of thing that they like, that they love, because they understand the family or this kind of things, and it's good for them, because it's easy to remember this kind of words of this kind of grammar or something. When it's a preschool that they don't write or something, I try to do crafts or something, this kind of things, like for example, colors. When I see the colors, I try to use paint to paint and relation the colors, maybe with the flat, the Colombian flat, the Colombian flat, when it's primary colors, but when it's a secondary colors, like purple, green, and orange, I use water and paint and try to they recognize what is the mix, like blue with yellow with green, and they need to explore how do you do this color, and they remember this kind of things. Well, and the last one is, it's important to learn another language, and why? Well, I think it's very important. For me, it's very important. I think for many people it's very important, because, well, many people speak Spanish in our case, but now in this moment the global language is English. But it's important because you can know about other culture, you can travel if you or maybe go other place and you say, oh, I'm sorry, I only speak Spanish, but I want whatever thing is better, because you can communicate with other people for other countries, for with other cultures, you can learn about other things with other people. I think it's important for jobs, for maybe if you want to study in other country. I think it's very important. Now I think it's very important here where I live. Many people is bilingual. Many people is bilingual, because for the American people it's very important if you speak two languages. And I think we need to learn about that, because well, only the people who has money or something can speak both languages, because they have money for pay a bilingual school or something. But the people who is in a public school is too different, because the teachers or the government is not focused in this, in like for people that speak other language. Really, it's only like a focus in other things, and the education need more money for develop the real skills in our students, because there are many people who is very intelligent, but maybe we don't or they don't have money or enough money for develop these skills in like a university or something. I think we need more things. Well, this is my video for today. I hope that you like my video, and if you have any question or any recommendation or advice for me and for my video, is welcome. The idea is to improve and continue to learn in my case. Thank you for all.